You ever notice how every smartphone feature secretly comes with a compromise? Like, on paper, this phone looks incredible. Big 6.9-inch OLED, sharp 1440p resolution, smooth 120Hz refresh rate, all the stuff you'd expect from a flagship in 2026. But after using it for about a week, I started noticing something interesting. This might be one of the best examples of a feature versus trade-off we've seen in a long time. Let's talk about the big headline feature, the privacy display. Now, this is actually pretty clever. With a single toggle, your screen basically becomes invisible to anyone not looking at it straight on. So if you're texting, checking emails, or doing anything sensitive in public, no one can peek. And yeah, privacy screen protectors already exist, but this is different because it's built into the display itself. That means you can control it, app by app. Imagine this, your normal apps look completely fine, but the moment you open your banking app or messages, boom, restricted viewing angles. That's actually super useful, but here's where the trade-off comes in. To make this work, the display is using two types of pixels, some that are visible from all angles, and some that are only visible straight on. When you turn on the privacy mode, half of those pixels basically turn off, which means you're literally cutting your resolution in half. Now, will most people notice? Probably not. But if you're someone who cares about display quality, sharp text, fine details, yeah, it's noticeable. Edges look a bit softer, tiny details aren't as crisp, and even brightness takes a slight hit, especially at higher levels. And here's the thing, even when privacy mode is off, those special pixels are still there, which means viewing angles aren't quite as perfect as before. It's subtle, but it's there. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a really good display, but it's not the best anymore. And that's the trade-off Samsung made. Sacrifice a bit of display perfection for a unique feature no one else has. Now let's talk about the design. It's thinner, lighter, and slightly more rounded. Feels good in the hand, no complaints there. But again, trade-offs. The S Pen now only goes in one way because of the curved edges, and the new camera design looks cleaner but makes the phone wobble like crazy on a table. Not a deal breaker, but definitely noticeable. Performance, exactly what you'd expect. Fast, smooth, no issues. The new chip handles everything easily. Gaming, multitasking, all of it. Battery life is slightly better too, even with the same 5000 mAh battery. So yeah, no complaints there. But then you start noticing what's missing. No magnetic wireless charging, no next-gen battery tech. Charging speeds are fine, but not class-leading. At this price point, you kind of expect more. Cameras are still excellent though. Slight improvements in low light, better aperture, photos and videos look great. There's also some new software features like stronger stabilization and AI editing tools. Some of them are useful, some of them you'll probably never touch. And that brings us to the bigger picture. This phone isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing one thing differently. Samsung basically made a bet. Instead of chasing bigger batteries or faster charging, they focused on a unique display feature, something no other phone is doing right now. And honestly, that's kind of refreshing. But at the same time, at this price, you start wondering, was that the right trade-off? Because this is still a great phone, but it doesn't feel like the most complete phone. It feels like a phone built around one really cool idea. So yeah, if you care about privacy, this might be perfect. If you care about having the absolute best hardware across the board, you might want to look around. At the end of the day, every feature has a cost, and this phone makes that clearer than ever. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.